I remember at the end of my 10-year relationship with who I consider to be a narcissist, I found myself saying, "You act like you don't like me." And I think I may have even said it out loud a few times, but I was just so confused by their behavior that we had been together for all these years, gotten married, moved in together, and it just seemed like everything I did was a problem. Everything was something to complain about, to complain about, to criticize me about. And I almost felt like you don't like me, you hate me. If you're in a similar space, if you're in a relationship with a narcissist or someone that at least has narcissistic and toxic traits, and you also feel confused and you're trying to figure them out a bit, stick around, because in this episode I'm going to teach you a few things about 4 things that the narcissist or toxic person hates about you. Yes, I use the word hate because that is the truth. Stick around, let's get into it. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Naila Abdullah. I'm a mental health therapist turned toxic relationship coach. And after overcoming my own personal experiences with toxic and narcissistic relationships, I now work with women like you, helping you to heal, to rebuild yourself after the impact of a toxic or narcissistic relationship, and most importantly, making sure you don't end up in another toxic or narcissistic relationship again. Ooh, that's a tongue twister. So if that sounds like what you need, stick around and let's get into this topic. Now, while I typically talk about toxic and narcissistic romantic relationships, in this episode, these 4 things that you're going to learn that they hate about you will also apply if you have a narcissistic friend, a narcissistic parent, sibling, any of that. This is just going to educate you on how they think. Now, some of you who know me already, you know I'm not just here to teach you about who they are, but I'm teaching you also how to equip yourself to be resilient against their strategies. The first thing I want you to know that a narcissist hates about you is that you are genuinely liked and loved and respected by other people. You see, people sometimes ask, well, do they know they're a narcissist? Do they know they're toxic? They know. They know that people liking you, they actually like you, the real you, right? They have to put in a lot of effort to mask who they are in order for people to like them and to respect them. That's even more important. People like you, but they respect you. They respect you for who you genuinely are. Not that you're putting on an act, not that you're putting on a fake facade, that you're just being you, and people like and respect who you are. They hate that about you. On one hand, they like it because they can exploit it. They can attach themselves to you, right? Whether it be through friendship, through marriage, through companionship, whatever it is, right? Whether it's a family member, right? They will attach themselves to you so they can benefit from the fact that people like and respect you, and hope that some of that will spill over onto them, that people will trust who they are because they are associated with you, right? But that is one of the things that they hate about you, that you are liked and respected genuinely by other people, and on their end, they have to pretend to be someone else. They have to mask who they are. They're secretly jealous of other people, right? So they have to mask that. They may use charm, they may use money, they may use whatever it is to manipulate people to get to like them. And they also know, and I've learned this from personal experience, not just what I share here is not just reading books. Yes, I've read tons of books, but I've also lived through a lot of this. I've lived through narcissistic romantic relationships and family relationships and collegial relationships. So unfortunately for me, I had to live through a lot of this, but I've learned a lot from it as well. And a lot of that is what I'm sharing here with you. So don't think this is just coming from a book. Some of it is book, some of it is lived experiences. But what I've learned about narcissists as they age, they know they're going to start to lose people. They know that people are going to start to figure them out. And usually people are more charming in their younger years, right? So that charm also starts to wear out as people get older, because if someone's been around you for 20, 30 years, the first 5 years, maybe even 10 years, you can fool them. But at some point they're like, wait, you're saying the same story, you're doing the same things. Like, you can't fool them for that long, right? So they know that people are going to eventually drop off. So even the facade that they're putting on, the acting that they're doing to get people to like and respect them in the way that people like and respect you, they hate you for that, because they know that eventually they're going to lose those people. They're not going to be able to keep up that act anymore, and people are not going to buy into that act anymore. So they hate you for that. The second thing a narcissist hates about you is that you are successful, right? Successful not just, in materialism things, but successful in relationships, successful in your career, successful in really anything that you put your mind to. Even if you say, I want to build a garden, right? And you study on YouTube how to build a garden and you put it together. Anything that you see that you want to develop in, you put your mind to it, you execute and you succeed, and you do it with joy, right? It adds to your life. They are jealous of that. They hate that you are successful. They hate that you succeed at the things that you put effort into. The reason they hate that is because now this is going to sound crazy to you, but this is how they think. So believe me, they perceive your success as an attack on them. Okay? This is how their brain functions. They perceive your success as an attack on them, right? So they feel like if you're doing well, that means you're showing me I'm not doing well. They don't understand that people can coexist. People's success can coexist. We all can win, right? They don't view it in that way. They view it as, if you're doing well, you are attacking me. Now I am jealous of you. I am envious of you. Now let me let you know this. They will try to secretly sabotage you. Now that can look different for different people in different circumstances, right? If you have, for example, a whole support system around you, they will not sabotage you in the same way as if you are by yourself. In my personal experience, for example, with my narcissistic ex that I was with for 10 years, I believe that some of the behavior that I experienced from them would have been different if I had a whole family around me. Right? My parents are from the Caribbean. I was born in New Jersey. I lived most of my life in New Jersey. And while I was there, while I was in that relationship, I did not have a whole, mother, father, brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, aunts around me, right? I was often alone because a lot of my relatives were out of the country, and the ones that were in the U.S. were not as present as frequently. Right? So I believe that, not that they would not have still been who they are, which is abusive, emotionally, psychologically abusive, but they would have strategized different, right? So abuse can look different. Their attempts on you can look different. The way they sabotage you can look different. But my point is, they will try to sabotage your success. Now, it can get confusing because they will try to latch onto your success and sabotage it at the same time. Now that is confusing, right? And that is what keeps people stuck in those relationships and confused, and you still stay connected because you're like, well, they stuck around. Well, they did help me here. Yeah, they helped you because they do want you to succeed so they can exploit it. So they can join the ride, right? The ride of success, the ride of all the favors and goodness that comes along with your success. But on the back end, they are jealous of you. They hate you for your success, and they will try to sabotage it in different ways. The third thing a narcissist hates about you is that they know that they need you more than you need them. Let me repeat that, because I know a lot of you think it's the other way around. They know, you may not know it yet, but they know that they need you more than you need them, and they hate you for it. They're also fearful that you're going to figure that out eventually and that you're going to leave. Or you have left, but you're going to fully detach, fully go no contact, not stick around, not allow an occasional text message or an occasional phone call or an occasional, hey, how you doing, pop up at the house. They don't want you to realize that they need you more than you need them, and they hate you for that. They hate the fact that they know they're like parasites. They know they have to latch on to someone else. That is why in a lot of cases, people don't understand, well, how did they get back into another relationship that quick? A lot of them already have people in the pipeline ready to go for when the moment comes, when you realize who they are and you leave and you completely detach, not just leave the relationship, but you're still in contact. No, completely remove them from your life. They know that's going to happen eventually. So they have people lined up, at least one or two, in the pipeline ready to go because they need people. They cannot survive without being able to control someone else, without being able to exploit someone else. And if they can't find a partner, they're going to go and make a baby. They're going to go and attach to a cousin, an old friend. They're going to find someone, but they have to attach to other people to control, to manipulate, and to exploit in order to feel good about themselves. They are empty, empty people, and they know that, and they hate you for that. The fourth thing a narcissist hates about you is your inner peace. That you can find peace, that you can be alone and be at peace, that you can enjoy life without conflict. They live with constant inner turmoil. They do not feel comfortable if someone is not hurting, if there's not conflict. They don't feel comfortable in that space, right? And on one hand, it's actually sad because they can't help it. Now, don't think it's sad where you need to go in and take care of them now and give them a second chance because you think it's sad. But it is sad because they can't help it. It's not your responsibility to fix it and to change it. But you do have to understand that they do not know how to have inner peace. They wish they could, but they can't. So this is why they continue to disrupt your peace. They try to disrupt other people's peace. They try to bring conflict. They're not comfortable within themselves, right? And they are jealous of you that you have inner peace, which is why they will constantly try to disrupt it. As always, I'm not just here to tell you about who they are, but on your end, what you can do, the solution to the reasons they hate you, how to deal with them hating you, the solution to that is going no contact. That means removing them from your life. Okay? You don't need to figure out why they are the way they are, their history, their background. You don't need to have so much sympathy for the fact that this is a personality flaw that they just can't change and they're jealous of you for your traits. None of that is your responsibility. Your only responsibility here on earth is to live well, to be good to your brothers and sisters, not your brothers and sisters genetically, but other people, right? But it is also your responsibility to protect yourself. You cannot live your purpose here on life, your God-given purpose, if you are allowing yourself to be distracted and to be sabotaged and to be broken by other people. That is not what God wants for you. He wants you to take care of yourself. The same way you need to eat well, you need to nurture your body, you need to drink water, you need to breathe oxygen, right? You need all these things in order to live, to function. The same way you need to take care of yourself psychologically and emotionally and spiritually. You need to nurture your soul. And that means protecting yourself from destructive people. So the solution to this hate that you are experiencing with people that you consider narcissistic or have narcissistic traits, or you just call them toxic, whatever it is you call them, they are destructive to your well-being. You're seeing these destructive traits. The only solution to that is to go no contact. And if you have children involved, unfortunately, the courts are not always that helpful. So you might have to have some type of contact, but you keep it minimal contact. You only talk about the children. You keep it by text message primarily or by email primarily, right? You minimize the access that they have to you. Okay, this is the solution to the hate that they have for you. So don't be here on YouTube or wherever you watch this, just out here looking for information about narcissistic people and why they are the way they are. Put the focus back on you, your purpose here on earth, making sure that you are being good to you and you're not allowing destructive people to destroy you. I hope that this episode was helpful for you. If it was, why don't you go ahead and join my email community? It's free. Don't worry, I won't email you every day, but I will stay in contact with you. I share more information there. I give you priority access to different things that I have going on. So go ahead and join my email community. It's free. It's in the description box below. And I'll catch you in the email. I'll catch you on the next episode. Also, go ahead and share this with someone who you think needs to hear this. Unfortunately, there are many people out there struggling with toxic and narcissistic relationships, and they can definitely benefit to get some of this information information and to know how to deal with some of these issues. I'll see you in the next episode.